How's it going? How we doing? It's my lunch break, and right now I'm just eating some walnuts. So far, no complaints, you know. We should not major. Hey, welcome. How's it going? I'm on my lunch break right now. I'm in the office. Today's Wednesday. August 14th. And it's 1:05. I'm just filling something out real quick. I'll be right there. Hey buddy, welcome. If this is your first time here, my name's Cimonealise. You can call me Cece. It's my lunch break. I'm gonna stream my gum in the trash. Can you guys see that? Hold on. You guys are not clear. Okay, and then I know that just made it more blurry, but I got you. Hold on. Oopsies. Hold on. Can y'all see me now? I don't know. I'm gonna try this one more again. It's not blurry. It's not the clearest. Hi, you guys. Where am I from? I'm from Minnesota. It's my lunch break right now. And I just want to touch up my lip. This is a MAC lip liner in the shade Chestnut. If you don't know, like I said, my name is Cimonealise. You can call me Cece. I do live streams on beauty, self-care, and more daily. And I'm here because I want to be. And I enjoy self-care, pampering people, pampering myself. It's just what I like to do. So if you're into that, like, comment, share, subscribe. Share if you care. I'm a licensed esthetician, as well as a licensed massage therapist. I've been in the beauty business for over 10 years. I just follow what's like already naturally there. Then next, oh my gosh. Perfection. Hi from India. Hi, welcome. Welcome. How's it going? By the way, if you type in all caps, I can see your comments for sure. Anything other than that, we're struggling over here to read your comments. But welcome, you guys. Where's my moderator? They were just here. This is a hand renewal serum. So it's meant for like the fine lines and whatnot on your back of your hands. It's from Aveva. Hand renewal serum. And it's vegan. Has this beautiful little twist lock cap. Oop, didn't try to do that, but see? You can close it. We'll use that for like the fingertips. I work at a school, yes. So we do that on the back of the hands. And then I'm gonna put this on the front. This is cherry almond body lotion, but I just use it as a hand lotion. I keep it in my bag. This one is also vegan and cruelty free. And it smells absolutely divine and amazing. It just smells like what it's supposed to. It makes your hands so soft. I love beauty. I love beauty. I love self-care. I just love all things products. Every time I get a new product in my hand, I'm just like, yes. Hi, Derek. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to your first day on the job. Let's see what you do with it. We got another moderator added to the team. Unbelievable was here in the chat. And now we got a new moderator, everyone. Welcome, Derek. Derek's gonna do his best to keep chat clean. What does clean mean to me? No politics, no pop culture, and any of the other things in between. You can call me Cimonealise or CC, C-I-C-I, capital C's on me, please and thank you. That's what I like. But yeah, today is my lunch break. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I'll be like, I need a stream, because, you know, you gotta do the stream, can't fall off. Today is day 134 of streaming, but I also have a book. So I wanna read. Do y'all care if I read to y'all for a little bit? So we got 2 books. I'm gonna let y'all choose, okay, what book we're gonna read, and we're gonna read a couple pages. All right, I just dropped a poll in the chat. Y'all tell me which book I should read, and I'll read like 5 pages to y'all before this lunch break is over. Hey, from the UK, peace and love. Thank you, honey. Appreciate you stopping by, Stephanie. Hey, from the US. Everybody drop your vote, and at 1:15, I'm gonna choose. So in 1 minute, I'm about to choose which book we're gonna read the first 5 pages out of. And it's not gonna be a book club. This will just be like my little book series, though. We can read a book together. You know, spend our time together wisely, adding to ourselves. You know, beauty, self-care, and more. This will be the more. All right, you guys, let's just call it 30 seconds because 1:15 is almost here, and then we're gonna read 5 pages. It ends with us. It's that Blake Lively movie, The Four Agreements. This is like, you know, the newest, The Secret, if you will. I do not discuss politics or pop culture. It creates division. Don't want that. So this is a place for beauty, self-care, and more. More meaning more ways to care for ourselves in a beautiful way. All right, you guys, that's 15. All right. In poll, everybody says 4 agreements. Let's do it. So we're gonna read the first 5 pages out of the 4 agreements. Buckle in, kiddos. Let's do it. A practical guide to personal freedom. A Toltec wisdom book. The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. Okay, let's read the back. Over a decade on the New York Times bestseller list. Okay. In the 4 Agreements, Don Miguel Ruiz reveals the source of self-limiting beliefs that rob us of joy and create needless suffering. Based on the ancient Toltec wisdom, the 4 Agreements offer a powerful code of conduct that can rapidly transform our lives to a new experience of freedom and true happiness and love. Don Miguel Ruiz's book is a roadmap to elegant enlightenment and freedom. Someone else said, an inspiring book with many great lessons. And lastly, in tradition of Ruiz, distills essential Toltec wisdom, expressing with clarity, impeccability, what it means for men and women to live as peaceful warriors in the modern world. And this is Don Miguel Ruiz. This is the writer of the 4 Agreements. Okay? Let's get into it. The 4 Agreements. Be impeccable with your word. What does that mean? Speak with integrity. Say only what you mean. Avoid using the word to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. Use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love. Okay? The 2nd agreement. Don't take anything personally. Nothing others do is because of you. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality. Their own reality, their own dream. When you are immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be the victim of needless suffering. Don't make assumptions. Find the courage to ask questions and to express what you really want. Communicate with others as clearly as you can to avoid misunderstandings, sadness, and drama. With just this 1 agreement, you can completely transform your life. Always do your best. This is the 4th agreement. Your best is going to change from moment to moment, and it will be different when you're healthy or opposed to sick. Under any circumstance, simply do your best, and you will avoid self-judgment, self-abuse, and regret. Okay. Do your best. I love little books like this because they're just enough. Like, it's just like, yeah, all of us can read it. Let's read the acknowledgement before we dive in, because that's a part of the book. Okay. It says, I would like to humbly acknowledge my mother, Sarita, who taught me unconditional love, my father, Jose Luis, who taught me discipline, my grandfather, Leonardo Mystasius, who gave me. I wish to express my deep affection and appreciation to the dedication of Gaia Jenkins and Trey Jenkins. I would like to extend my profound gratitude to Jana Millis, publisher, editor, believer, and I'm also abidingly grateful to Ray Chambers for lighting the way. These are all the people who helped him write his book. I'd like to honor my dear friend, Jeannie Gentry, as an amazing brain who faith touched my heart. I'd like to pay tribute to many people who have given freely of their time, hearts, and resources to support the teachings. A partial list includes all the people. And then let's dive in. The Toltec. Thousands of years ago, the Toltec were known throughout southern Mexico as women and men of knowledge. Anthropologists have spoken of the Toltec as a nation or a race, but in fact, the Toltec were scientists and artists who formed a society to explore and conserve the spiritual knowledge and practices of the ancient ones. They came together as masters, Nag, Nagnos. It's another word in here that they have like in parentheses. And students at hold on, let me spit my gum out. This is why I play the audibles when I read books by myself, because like what? So they came together as masters, Naguals, and the students at Teotihuacan, the ancient city of pyramids outside Mexico City, known as the place where man becomes God. Over the millennia, the Naguals were forced to conceal the ancestral wisdom and maintain its existence in obscurity. European conquest, coupled with rampant misuse of personal power by a few of the apprentices, made it necessary to shield the knowledge from those who were not prepared to use it wisely, who might intentionally misuse it for personal gain. Fortunately, the esoteric Toltec knowledge was embodied and passed on through generations by different lineages of Naguals. Through it remained veiled in society for hundreds of years. Ancient prophecies foretold the coming of an age when it would be necessary to return the wisdom to the people. Now, Don Miguel Ruiz, a Nagual from the Eagle Knight lineage, has been guided to share with us the powerful teachings of the Toltec. Toltec knowledge arises from the same essential unity of truth as all the other sacred esoteric traditions found around the world. Through it, it is not a religion. It honors all the spiritual masters who have taught on the earth. While it does embrace spirit, it is most accurately described as a way of life distinguished by the ready accessibility of happiness and love. Okay, we're done reading all the prefaces. Lord, are we? Are we? Are we? Jesus. I'm trying to genuinely read you the book. Hey, Simone, I have to head out. Have a great rest of your stream. Thank you, Derek. Thanks for stopping by and saying hi. And all the things. Okay. We're just reading on our lunch break, y'all. Just having a little productive day. Introduction, the Smoky Mirror. 3,000 years ago, there was a human just like you and me who lived near a city surrounded by mountains. The human was studying to become a medicine man to learn the knowledge of his ancestors, but he didn't completely agree with everything he was learning. In his heart, he felt there must be something more. One day, as he slept in a cave, he dreamed that he saw his own body sleeping. He came out of the cave on a night of a new moon. The sky was clear, and he could see millions of stars. Then something happened inside of him that transformed his life forever. He looked at his hands, he felt his body, and he heard his own voice say, I am made of light. I am made of stars. He looked at the stars again, and he realized that it's not the stars that create light, but rather the light that creates the stars. Everything is made of light, he said, and the space in between isn't empty. And he knew that everything that exists is one living being, and that light is the messenger of life because it is alive and contains all information. Then he realized that although he was made of stars, he was not those stars. I am in between the stars, he thought. So he called the stars the tonal, and the light between the stars the nagual. And he knew that what created the harmony in space between the life of intent between the two is life or intent. Without life, the tonal and the nagual could not exist. Life is the force of the absolute, the supreme, the creator who creates everything. This is what he discovered. Everything in existence is a manifestation of the one living being we call God. Everything is God. He came to the conclusion that human perception is merely light perceiving light. He also saw that matter is a mirror. Everything is a mirror light and creates images of that light. In the world of illusion, the dream is just like smoke, which doesn't allow us to see what we really are. The real us is pure love, pure light, he said. The realization changed his life. Once he knew what he really was, he looked around at other humans and the rest of nature. Other humans and the rest of nature, and he was amazed at what he saw. He saw himself in everything, in every human, in every animal, in every tree, in the water, and in the rain, in the clouds, and in the earth. And he saw that life mixed the tonal and the nagual in different ways to create billions of manifestations of life. Okay. Oh my gosh. In those few moments, he comprehended everything. He was very excited, and his heart was filled with peace. He could hardly wait to tell his people what he had discovered, but there were no words to explain it. He tried to tell the others, but they could not understand. They could see that he had changed, that something beautiful was radiating from his eyes and his voice. They noticed that he no longer had judgment about anything or anyone. He was no longer like anyone else. He could understand everyone very well, but no one could understand him. They believed that he was an incarnation of God. He smiled when he heard this, and he said, "It is true, I am God, but you are also God. We are the same, you and I. We are images of light. We are God." But still, the people didn't understand him. He had discovered that he was a mirror for the rest of the people, a mirror in which he could see himself. And everyone is a mirror, he said. He saw himself in everyone, but no one saw him as themselves. And he realized that everyone was dreaming, but without awareness, without knowing what they really are, they couldn't see him as themselves, because there was a wall of fog or smoke between the mirrors, and that wall of fog was made by the interpretation of the images of light, the dream of humans. Then he knew that he would soon forget all that he had learned. He wanted to remember all the visions he had, so he decided to call himself the Smoky Mirror, so that he would always know that matter is a mirror, and the smoke in between is what keeps us from knowing what we are. He said, "I am the smoky mirror because I am looking at myself in all of you, but we don't recognize each other because of the smoke in between us. The smoke is the dream, and the mirror is you, the dreamer." Oh my gosh. Will you believe that? We're finally to the first chapter. Literally to the first chapter. Living is easy with eyes closed, misunderstanding all you are. Living is easy with eyes closed, misunderstanding all you are. John Lennon. Okay, chapter 1. Domestication and the Dream of the Planet. I was only supposed to read 5 pages, but I'll read more. We got time. It's my lunch break. This is how I want to spend it. Okay. What you are seeing and hearing right now is nothing but a dream. You're dreaming right now. In this moment, you are dreaming with the brain awake. Dreaming is the main function of the mind, and the mind dreams 24 hours a day, and it dreams when the brain is awake, and it also dreams when the brain is asleep. The difference is that when The brain is awake. There is a material frame that makes us perceive things in a linear way. When we go to sleep, we do not have the frame, and the dream has the tendency to change constantly. Humans are dreaming all the time. Before we're born, the humans before us created a big outside dream that we will call society's dream, or the dream of the planet. The dream of the planet is the collective dream of billions of smaller personal dreams, which together create a dream of family, a dream of community, a dream of city, a dream of country, and family, and finally, a dream of the whole humanity. The dream of the planet includes all the society's rules, its beliefs, its laws, its religions, its different cultures, and all in ways to be its government, schools, social events, and holidays. We are born with the capacity to learn how to dream, and the humans who live before us teach us how to dream, the way society dreams. The outside dream has so many rules that when a new human is born, we hook the child's attention and introduce these rules into his or her mind. The outside dream uses mom and dad, the schools, and religion to teach us how to dream. Attention is the ability we have to discriminate and to focus only on that which we want to perceive. We can perceive millions of things simultaneously, but using our attention, we can build whatever we want to perceive in the foreground of our mind. The adults around us hooked our attention and put information into our minds through repetition. That is the way we learned everything we know. By using our attention, we learned a whole reality, a whole dream. We learned how to behave in society, what to believe, what not to believe, what is acceptable and what is not acceptable, what is good and what is bad, what is beautiful and what is ugly, what is right and what is wrong. It was all there already, all that knowledge, all those rules and concepts about how to behave in the world. When you were in school, you sat in a little chair and put your attention on what the teacher was teaching you. When you went to church, you put your attention on what the priest or minister was telling you. It is the same dynamic with mom and dad, brothers and sisters. They were all trying to hook your attention. We also learned to hook the attention of other humans, and we develop a need for attention, which we can become very competitive. Children compete for the attention of their parents, their teachers, their friends. Look at me. Look at what I'm doing. Hey, I'm here. They need more attention because the need for more attention becomes very strong and continues into adulthood. The outside dream hooks our attention and teaches us what to believe, beginning with the language that we speak. Language is the code for understanding and communication between humans. Every letter, every word in each language is an agreement. We call this, and once we understand the code, and then the energy is transferred from one person to another. It was not your choice to speak English. You didn't choose your religion or your moral values. Isn't that nuts? Okay. Ugh. Y'all know I wear glasses, so I read to help me with my eyes too. Anyways, they were already there before you were born. We never had the opportunity to choose what to believe or what not to believe. We never choose even the smallest of these agreements. We didn't even choose our own name. As children, we didn't have the opportunity to choose our beliefs, but we agreed with the information that was passed to us from the dream of the planet via other humans. The only way to store information is by agreement. The outside dream may hook our attention, but if we don't agree, we don't store the information. As soon as we agree, we believe it, and this is called faith. To have faith is to believe unconditionally. That's how we learn as children. Children believe everything adults say. We agree with them, and our faith is so strong that belief system controls our whole dream of life. We didn't choose these beliefs, and we may have rebelled against them, but we're not strong enough to win the rebellion. All right, y'all, that was 5 pages. Should I keep going or should I stop? I'm gonna keep going. This is a nice way to spend my break. I'm not gonna lie to you. How many more pages are left in chapter 1? Ooh, ooh. Okay, it's 25 pages in chapter 1. Yeah, like 20 pages left. I think we could do that. Okay. The result is surrender to the beliefs with our agreement. I call this process the domestication of humans, and through this domestication, we learn to live and how to dream. In human domestication, the information from the outside dream is conveyed to the inside dream. Creating our whole belief system, first the child is taught the names of things: mom, dad, milk bottle, day by day, at home, at school, at church, and from television. We are told how to live, what kind of behavior is acceptable. The outside dream teaches us how to be a human. We have a whole concept of what a woman is and what a man is. And we also learn to judge. We judge ourselves, judge other people, judge the neighbors. Children are domesticated the same way that we domesticate a dog, a cat, or any other animal. In order to teach a dog, we punish the dog, we give it rewards, we train our children, whom we love, so much the same way that we train any domesticated animal, with a system of punishment and reward. We are told, you are a good boy, you are a good girl. When we when we do what mom and dad want us to do, when we don't, we are a bad girl or a bad boy. When we spent when we ugh when we went against the rules, we were punished. When we went along with the rules, we got reward. We got a reward. We were punished many times a day, and we were also rewarded many times a day. Soon we become afraid of being punished and also afraid of not receiving the reward. The reward is the attention that we got from our parents or from other people like siblings, teachers, and friends. We soon develop a need to hook up other people's attention in order to get the reward. The reward feels good, and we keep doing what others want us to do in order to get the reward. With that fear of being punished and that fear of not getting the reward, we start pretending to be what we are not, just to please others, just to be good enough for someone else. We try to please mom and dad. We try to please the teachers at school. We try to please the church, and we start acting. We pretend to be what we are not because we are afraid of being rejected. That fear of being rejected becomes the fear of not being good enough. Eventually, we become someone that we are not. We become a copy of mama's beliefs, daddy's beliefs, society's beliefs, and religion's beliefs. All our normal tendencies are lost in process of domestication. And when we are old enough for our mind to understand, we learn the word no. The adults say, don't do this and don't do that. We rebel and say, no. We rebel because we're defending our freedom. We want to be ourselves, but we are very little, and the adults are very big and strong. After a certain time, we're afraid because we know that every time we do something wrong, we're going to be punished. Domestication is so strong that at a certain point in our lives, we no longer need anyone to domesticate us. We don't need mom or dad, the school, or the church to domesticate us. We're so well trained that we are our own domesticator. That's kind of wild. Ooh. Yay, man, cool down. Yes, we're reading the 4 agreements together on my lunch break. Okay. But right now I just need a little tea. And honestly, it's fun reading books out loud. Like, when's the last time you read a book out loud? You know? All right, so I'm reading book and drinking tea. So let's, boom, boom. All our normal tendencies are lost in the process of domestication. And when we're old enough for our mind to understand, we learn the word no. Oh, I already read that. The domestication is so strong that at a certain point in our lives, I already read that. I read that whole page. I'm so sorry. This page. I'm like, there we go. Can y'all still hear me? I'm like hoping this is better. Y'all can tell what book I'm reading too. Is this cute? This is a cute little setup. Okay, anyways. So, we are an auto-domesticated animal. We can now domesticate ourselves according to the same belief system we were given. And using the same system of punishment and reward, we punish ourselves When we don't follow the rules according to our belief system, we reward ourselves when we are a good boy or good girl. The belief system is like a book of law that rules our mind. Without question, whatever is in the book of law is our truth. We base all of our judgments according to the book of law, even if the judgments go against our own inner nature. Even moral laws like the Ten Commandments are programmed into our mind. In the process of domestication, one by one, all of these agreements go into the book of law, and those agreements rule over our dream. They rule our dream. There's something in our minds that judges everybody and everything, including the weather, the dog, the cat, everything. The inner judge uses what is in our book of law to judge everything we do and don't do, everything we think and don't think, and everything we feel and don't feel. Everything lives under the tyranny of this judge. Every time we do something that goes against the book of law, the judge says we're guilty. We need to be punished. We should be ashamed. This happens many times a day after day for years, for all those years of our lives. There is another part of us that receives the judgments, and this part is called victim. The victim carries the blame, the guilt, the shame. It is part of us that says, hmm. All right. Sorry, y'all. I thought I heard some people calling me. Here I go. Am I reading or sleeping? I'm reading. I'm on lunch break. Y'all like the story time? Because I want to do more. I'm trying to introduce other things to my stream. More productive ways for us to have a healthy time together other than just chatting, you know? I like chatting with y'all. I love chatting with y'all. And we could like chat about this book at the end too. But I want our time to be a productive, plain one. We just started this one. We just started the 4 agreements. And then I'm also reading this one. It ends with us. Jessica just gave me this book last month. And apparently Blake Lively's coming out with a movie based off this book. But apparently that movie's very different than the nature of this book. But we're going to read this one too together. And that one's in Target right now. So, back to this story. There's another part of us that receives the judgments, and this part is called victim. The victim carries the blame, the guilt, the shame. It is part of us that says, poor me, I'm not good enough, I'm not intelligent enough, I'm not attractive enough, I'm not worthy of love, poor me. The big judge agrees and says, yes, you're not good enough. And this is all based on belief system that we never choose to believe. These beliefs are so strong that even years later, when we are exposed to new concepts and try to make our own decisions, we find that these beliefs still control our lives. Whatever goes against the book of law will make you feel a funny sensation in your solar plexus. Completely understand. When you go against your own morals, you're going to feel a funny feeling in your gut. You're going to feel that, like, girl, or oh boy, you are not doing what you're supposed to right now. You know this, you know better. You know that feeling. And it's called fear. Breaking the rules in the book of law opens your emotional wounds, and your reaction is to create emotional poison, because everything that is in the book of law has to be true. Anything that challenges what you believe is going to make you feel unsafe. Even if the book of law is wrong, it makes you feel safe. That is why you need a great deal of courage to challenge our own beliefs, because even if we know we didn't choose all these beliefs, it is also true that we agree to all of them. The agreement is so strong that even if we understand the concept of it not being true, we feel the blame, the guilt, and the shame that occurs if we go against these rules. Just as the government has a book of laws that rule the society's dream, our belief system is the book of laws that rules our personal dream. All of these laws exist in our mind. We believe them, and the judge inside us bases everything on these rules. The judge decrees, and the victim suffers the guilt and the punishment. But who says there is justice in this? This is called the Four Agreements. It's on Amazon, it's on Audible, it's at the store, it's everywhere. What time is this? 1:44. We only got like 15 minutes left. Justice is this dream. True justice is paying only once for each mistake. Your true injustice is paying more than once. Hold on. Like kind of sitting right here, get like clean light. True justice is paying only once for each mistake. True justice is paying more than once. True injustice is paying more than once for each mistake. How many times do we pay for one mistake? The answer is thousands of times. The human is the only animal on earth that pays 1,000 times for the human is the only animal on earth that pays 1,000 times for the same mistake. The rest of the animals pay once for every mistake that they make, but not us. We have a powerful memory. We make a mistake, we judge ourselves, we find ourselves guilty, and we punish ourselves. If justice exists, then that was enough. We don't need to do it again. But every time we remember, we judge ourselves again, we are guilty again, and we punish ourselves again and again. If we have a wife or a husband, he or she also reminds us of the mistakes so we can judge ourselves again, punish ourselves again, and find ourselves guilty again. And this fact, is this fair? How many times do we make our spouse, our children, or our parents pay for the same mistake? Every time we remember the mistake, we blame them again and send them all the emotional poison we feel at the injustice, and then we make them pay again for the same mistake. Is that justice? Is that justice? Okay. The judge is the mind. The judge in the mind is wrong because the belief system, the book of law is wrong. The whole dream is based on a false law. 95% of the beliefs we have stored in our minds are nothing but lies, and we suffer because we believe all these lies. In the dream of the planet, it's normal for humans to suffer, to live in fear, to create emotional dramas. The outside dream is not a pleasant dream. It is a dream of violence, a dream of fear, a dream of war, a dream of injustice. The personal dream of humans will vary, but globally, it is mostly a nightmare. If you look at human society, we see a place so difficult to live in because it is ruled by fear. Throughout the world, we see human suffering, anger, revenge, addictions, violence in the street, and tremendous injustices. It may exist at different levels in different countries around the world, but fear is controlling the outside dream. If we compare the dream of human society with the deception of sorry y'all. If we compare the dream of human society with the description of hell that religions all around the world have promulgated, we find they are exactly the same. Religions say that hell is a place of punishment, a place of fear, pain, suffering, a place where the fire burns you. Fire is generated by emotions that come from fear. Whenever we feel the emotions of anger, jealousy, envy, or hate, we experience a fire burning within us. We are living in a dream of hell. If you consider hell a state of mind, then hell is all around us. Others may warn us that if we don't do what they say we should do, we will go to hell. Bad news, we are already in hell, including the people who tell us that no human can condemn another to hell because we're already there. Others can put us into a deeper hell, true, but only if we allow this to happen. Every human has his or her own personal dream, and just like the society dream is often ruled by fear, we learn to dream We learn to dream hell in our own life, in our personal dream. The same fears manifest in different ways for each person, of course, but we experience. I use cars to help me to read. Sorry, y'all. For ways for each person, of course, but we experience anger, jealousy, hate, envy, and other negative emotions. Our personal dream can also become an ongoing nightmare where we suffer and live in a state of fear, but we don't need to dream a nightmare. It is possible to enjoy a pleasant dream. All of humanity is searching for truth, justice, and beauty. I love beauty. And we are an internal search for the truth because we only believe in the lies we have stored in our mind. We are searching for justice because in the belief system we have, there is no justice. We search for beauty because it doesn't matter how beautiful a person is, we don't believe that person has beauty. We keep searching and searching when everything is already within us. There is no truth to find when wherever we turn our heads, all we see is the truth. But with the agreements and beliefs that we have stored in our mind, we have no eyes for this truth. We don't see the truth because we are blind. What blinds us are all those false beliefs we have in our mind. We have the need to be right and to make others wrong. We have the need to be right and to make others wrong. We trust what we believe, and our beliefs set us up for suffering. It is as if we live in the middle of a fog that doesn't let us see any further than our own nose. We live in a fog that is not even real. The fog is a dream, your personal dream of life, what you believe, all the concepts you have about what you are, and all the agreements you have with others, with yourself, and even with God. Your whole mind is a fog, which the Toltecs called a miote. Mitote. Mitote. Your mind is a dream where thousands of people talk to the same time and nobody understands each other. This is a condition of the human mind, a big mitote. And with that big mitote, you cannot see what you really are. In India, they call mitote Maya, which means illusion. It is the personality's notion of I am. Everything you believe about yourself in the world, all the concepts and programming you have in your mind are all mitote. We cannot see who we truly are. We cannot see that we are not free. That is why humans resist life. To be alive is the biggest fear humans have. Death is not the biggest fear we have. Our biggest fear is taking the risk to be alive. The risk to be alive and express what we really are. Just being ourselves is the biggest fear of humans. We have learned to live our lives trying to satisfy other people's demands. We have learned to live by other people's points of view because of the fear of not being accepted and of not being good enough for someone else. During the process of domestication, we form an image of what perfection is in order to try to be good enough. We create an image of how we should be in order to be accepted by everybody. We especially try to please the ones who love us, like mom, our dad, big brothers and sisters, the priest, the teacher, try to be good enough for them. We create an image of perfection, but we do not fit this image. We create this image, but this image is not real. We are going to be perfect. We are never going to be perfect from this point of view. Never. Never ever. In your whole life. Let me come back to the center, sorry. In your whole life, nobody has ever abused you. What time is it, y'all? I got like 7 minutes. Can I finish these last few pages? Yeah, we're almost done with the first chapter, you guys. In your whole life, nobody has ever abused you more than you have abused yourself. And the limit of your self-abuse is exactly the limit you from someone else. If someone abuses you a little more than you abuse yourself, away from that person. But if someone abuses you a little less than you abuse yourself, then you'll probably stay in that relationship and tolerate it endlessly. If you abuse yourself very badly, you can even tolerate someone who beats you up, humiliates you, and treats you like dirt. Why? Because in your belief system, you say, I deserve it. This person is doing me a favor by being with me. I'm not worthy of love and respect. I'm not good enough. We have the need to be accepted and to be loved by others, but we cannot accept and love ourselves We have the need to be accepted and to be loved by others, but we cannot accept the love ourselves. The more self-love we have, the less we will experience self-abuse. Self-abuse comes from self-rejection, and self-rejection comes from having an image of what it means to be perfect and never measuring up to that ideal. Our image of perfection is that reason we reject ourselves. It is why we don't accept ourselves the way we are, and why we don't accept others the way they are. Prelude to the new dream. There are thousands of agreements you made with yourself, with other people, with your dream of life, with God, with society, and your parents, with your spouse, with your children. But the most important agreements are the ones you made with yourself. In these agreements, you tell yourself who you are, what you feel, what you believe, and how to behave. The result is what you call personality. In these agreements, you say, this is what I am, this is what I believe, I can do certain things, and some things I cannot do. This reality, that is fantasy. This is possible, that is impossible. Our single agreement is not such a problem, but we have many agreements that make us suffer, that make us fall in life. If you want to live life with joy and fulfillment, you have to find courage to break those agreements and fear-based. Hold on. I need to drink my tea. Agreements that are fear-based and claim your personal power. The agreements that come from fear require us to expend a lot of energy, but the agreements that come from love help us conserve energy and even gain extra energy. Each of us is born with a certain amount of personal power that we will rebuild every day. After we rest, unfortunately, we spend all of our personal power first to create all these agreements, and then to keep those agreements. Our personal power is dissipated by all the agreements we have created, and the result is that we feel powerless. We have just enough power to survive each day, because most of it is used to keep the agreements that trap us in the dream of the planet. How can we change the entire dream of our life when we have no power to change even the smallest agreement? If we can see it in our agreements, rule our life. If we can see it is our agreements that rule our life, our own life, and we don't like the dream of our life, we need to change the agreements. When we are finally ready to change our agreements, there are 4 very powerful agreements that will help us to break those agreements that come from fear and deplete our energy. Each time you break an agreement, all the power you use to create it returns to you. If you adopt these 4 new agreements, it will create enough personal power for you to change the entire system of your old agreements. You need a very strong will in order to adapt the 4 agreements, but if you can begin to live your life with these agreements, the transformation in your life will be amazing. You will see the drama of hell disappear right before your very eyes. Instead of living in a dream of hell, you'll be creating a new dream, your personal dream of heaven. Aww, chapter 1 done, you guys. Hi, we're done, and then my lunch break is almost over in like 3 minutes. How was that? Did we like that? It was a nice way to spend the time. I pushed my eyes, y'all. Everything is so blurry right now. Everything is so blurry from me reading. Yeah, everything. That's so crazy. Like, everything looks like doubles right now. This eye is good. It's this eye that's going crazy. Unbelievable. Meet Derek. Derek is new. He just got this job yesterday. Did we like the first chapter of 4 Agreements? Have you read this book before? Thoughts, comments, concerns? Let's see. Hey, everybody. Oh, Okay, awesome. Somebody already read it. Bay Rose 977 already read the book, I'm assuming. And then, yeah, it's kind of crazy. So, you guys, thank you so much for spending on lunch break with me. I had a lot on my mind, so I didn't really have time to chat. I mean, I had time to chat, but I don't really feel like chatting. But I also wanted to like make myself have a better day. So reading this book helped me, and I hope it helped you. And you know, every day is not the same. And like the book said, like your best is not going to be your very best every single time. Like streams with you guys. I think that'll be fun because I like to read. I really do. And I like a good story. So more to come. I have a whole entire like library in my house. So I'm super excited. And this gives me an excuse to like share more of myself with you guys in a different way. Reading used to make me really, really happy when I was a kid. I used to be on punishment a lot, and part of my punishments were like no tech, like no screens, no phones, no alarm clock, because the alarm clock will even have an alarm. So I used to read a lot, and then when I got older, getting more freedom, I don't know why I stopped reading so much, but I love like something about getting a brand new book makes me go, oh, yay. So this book was a gift. I already read the first one, but I'm and I look forward to more reading streams. I think I just unlocked something, you know? I hope everyone's having a great day. Don't let anyone stress you. Um, all the things. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Share if you care. Hit the notification bell if you never want to miss my stream. I stream daily. And I hope to see you guys again later on tonight at the good night stream. I'm Cimonealise. You can call me Cece, C-I-C-I, capital C's on me, please and thank you. And I appreciate your company, all you guys. Okay, I love you. Bye. Mwah. Okay, love you. Bye-bye.